I remember the other day, World of CSR talking about not so disposable auto parts. How you used to be able to get your brake pads reshoed and whatnot. This is pretty strange to say the least. I have seen these before, as you guys may have, especially those of you who are a bit older. That's right. There's one there, another one there. You know this is a reusable spark plug. You grab hold of that with a spanner and hold that with another spanner. First of all, you take it out of the engine with that one. Then you hold that with one spanner and undo that with the other, and your centre will come out. This one is kind of bloody bizarre for two reasons. Yeah, instead of being a little one, having a single one coming off the side, that's a triple. I've only seen that as a performance spark plug in more recent years, having your triple prong there, as opposed to just a single one. But not only can we undo that, I believe something has snapped off there, and also, looking at the gradulations on this, which you can barely see as it's getting out of focus, you can undo this part. Now maybe that was standard, that you could undo both that part and that part just to replace your centerpiece. I always thought it was only this part and this part couldn't come undone. But that's had something break off there, and that can be undone as well, theoretically. Although I cannot actually get it undone because it is all seized up. But all the same, that is just odd having a triple igniter thing like that. Intriguing, very intriguing. CB3 Syntox. Lodge, made in England. There's a lot of old machinery here. Always seemed to be back in World War II. And then we started making a lot of stuff ourselves. Originally we did have quite a lot of American vehicles too. Come over, not just British ones, but American ones. They were found to be, your big old Chevs and all that were found to be some of the few things that could actually handle the Australian road conditions, which, believe me, are fucking atrocious. Even still today, are just unbelievably bad. I went down one the other day, and I should take you guys back there and film it, because you wouldn't actually believe how shit this road is in 2016. But anyway, just thought I'd show you that rather old antique spark plug shenanigan. Well, I picked these bits out of the grass ages back, and yeah, they were sort of up against a fence, with a fence that I had grabbed a lot of stuff from, and this was all sort of collapsed in the grass, and I've only found it a few months ago, after I thought I got all the logs out, the posts out of that area, and these are all little rotten bits, and one of them there I'm pretty certain is actually a bit, I think, it's a bit of 4x2, because I can see the old style nails in it, but that's the only reasonable thickness piece. It's like a top third of a post or whatever, but as I'm walking back, that's when I see all the flaming wire, and I'm trying to pick up wire with one hand while holding all of this with the other arm. All I had was that in my left hand and all the rest in the other arm, but flaming hell. What do you reckon, little kitty? Hey? You gonna play with that wood, are you? Huh? Cats, I think, are little. The time's getting to get the little pussy cats, and you're gonna have to take into the lost dogs home or wherever, I think. Hey, Black Kitty. Hey, not gonna be good for you, is it? Hey, you'll be disappointed. Cats. Yeah. I can't live with 7 cats. I mean, 2 was flaming more than enough. Anyway, You can't see much and everything. You see tabby cat walking there. Got a rock. A very, 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 very lightweight rock. Some of you may have heard of scoria. We have basalt here, and on occasion, just randomly, we have a bit of scoria, which is like basalt that's just about as heavy as polystyrene. My father got a bloody big hunk. It was, oh, shot. It was like 9 inches in diameter or something like that out of the vineyard. And so shockingly light, you'd think it's a piece of cardboard. And lo and behold, I picked this little one up, right near where the old troughs are for the pigs. There's a pig trough, it's the old pig pen, there's my wood stack and my laundry, it's right there. Lo and behold, I picked this one up, and yeah, it is just hard to believe. It's still strong, very, very strong as a rock, about as heavy as bloody polystyrene. I know you can't see much, but the sun's just going down. Tabby cat's acting a bit more stranger than usual. Not that he doesn't act strange enough most days anyway, but I just realised something. It's a full moon. This is the night the Troyvians go crazy, do a bit of sleepwalking. This is the night Bigfoot comes out, starts thumping tree sticks 4 times in a row. This is the night all the weirdos go a bit nuts and the cops get to tase the shit out of them. This is the night certain people turn into werewolves, howl at the moon. Spooky, spooky. Alrighty. I got up very early this morning because of little cats. Flaming cats. You're not going to believe this. Well, you probably do if you own enough cats. One of them was snoring. It woke me up at about 5:30. Anyway, I was just out here before, and there's quite a number of spots where I'm getting all these little flowers popping up on the plum trees. So it's like the bastard's trying to have a second run. Now, if we wait for a second, I'll take you down to the other one. You guys may remember, don't know if I showed this, but it was one of the ones, oh, hang on, got a bit of wind coming through here. One of the ones that I put another guard around that never had a guard. This is the blood plum at the front here. You can see it's got the darker leaves. And that's going too. Its flowers are sort of a little bit more pink looking than the normal plum. I think it's the centre of the flower is sort of a bit of a pink colour. But that's flipping drowned in them. That's a bit different. Anyway, it's strangely very warm. Quite early, you can't see that, but that's sort of an orangey colour over there. It's only just, like the sun isn't even actually up yet. I mean, it's light, but the sun hasn't actually risen. It probably will in about 5 minutes. But it's warm as toast out here, and still the house itself is still cold. So I'm suspecting this. They have said we're going to have a hot day, and I reckon this is probably it. This, it's flipping 75 degrees Fahrenheit out here, and the house is still flipping cold. So anyway, I've got to go water these grapevines, and get off on me way. You didn't see anything yesterday. You're not likely to see much today unless I see something in shops, which I could do, but I got to go to Banks, fuck around, and welfare office, blah blah blah, and then tomorrow same again, welfare office, upload a heap of stuff, so on and so forth. Not a great deal interesting, but at least you know, it gives me a bit of a chance to keep uploading videos while not exactly making 60 minutes worth of video over 3 days. But anyway, there we go. Show me the money. There's one of the surgeons is near the hospital. BMW on the front. Fucking Aston Martin out the front. No big deal. Only allows you 41 degrees Celsius. 100 degrees Fahrenheit is 38.7, so we're top at about, I don't know, 107, 109 Fahrenheit or something. I had to walk back in that shit. Up a hill. This here is where a bushfire went through not so long ago. And yeah, no grass left. And a lot of the trees have been killed. Some of them have come back with green sprouts. Some of them may still come back, but we'll have to see. All the ones out in his paddock got scorched to the shit out. Ones along the right side are all dead. Some of those there are sprouting back green, but the ones further back that you didn't see before I got the camera out, they were completely buggered. There you go, just walking around, get another bit of coal. Bloody beautiful big glossy piece. I had once, I pulled up a piece and it was a bit of rubber, and of course you go to rub the rubber and it all flakes off on your fingers. Yeah, it leaves black marks and you'll notice it's a bit sort of flaky. But old coal, you give it a rub and it just starts going real nice and glossy. And then you know that you can see the gloss there, and then you know you got coal. But just lately, it's a lot of stuff sort of coming to the surface a lot. It's what's really happened is, ever since we had that 35mm of rain, some of the topsoil actually started to wash down because it was so much in such a short time. It started to sort of carry the soil away as opposed to soak into the ground. And then there was like a fair bit of wind today as well. And, you know, add to that sheep walking around plus wind and you get a whole lot more stuff come up. I mean, the sheep bring up enough stuff just with walking around. And you know, add wind onto that and some of the dirt blows away, and then it sort of, you know, you can see it a lot clearly sort of thing, because it's the dirt's blown away and of course left the hunks of wire and old nails and stuff behind purely because of their weight. Someone's found himself a little hutch. Have no bud. What are you doing in there, pussy? Yeah, I know that chickens like to sit in cardboard boxes like beer slabs and stuff like that, but drink boxes, but Chinese boss had suggest that maybe the cat's saying that it's time to be pickled or something, I don't know. Pickled a cut. I know they love to sit in boxes, but that's just a classic. Sitting in a big flaming jar that I think's for pickled onions or something like that. They're trying to attack the mama. They get into doing that. She gets sick of them attacking them. And she gets angry and the tail starts swishing and then they start attacking the tail. be able to see it up there on the right. This is a feedstock place. You know, where they basically have cows yarded up and feed them a whole heap of stuff to fatten them up, which they don't have for sheep. See what's going on. It might be them, it might be stubble burning, where they burn all the leftover grass, so to speak, after they harvest wheat. I don't know if that's shit or bloody dirt from containment lines, but the guy's out there with a big rig. And this would be the remains of their sheds. I remember when they were still standing, because I went here looking for work. Now it's just a big smouldering fucking shitstorm. A lot of scrap metal in that. A lot of money down the drain too. Alrighty. We had about 3.5 mil of rain last night. Get that out in a minute. That's about 1/8 of an inch basically. Still got to play around with these flashings and all that. There's a little hole there. I was going to plug that up with a bit of energy drink can, and I just said, no, give yourself a rest from all this shit for a few days. Because if you sort of keep, you know, I was just getting sick of it basically. And you need to give yourself a rest from it all. I've got some more flashings that my father had that I pointed out before, which might end up going under there to make up for the dip there. Anyway, it's sort of a bit wet and I'm waiting for everything to dry out before I do that, but in the meantime, that'll probably be something I'll do tomorrow. But in the meantime, I might go and cut up some of the demolition wood there. I've had a bit of fun with the stupid ass bloody washing machine in here. Got to change the oil in the generator. I'm actually changing the oil in the car right now. This frickin' hose goes up into there. And cracked off, didn't it? So it only cracked at the top, but you'd go to hit the drain and it'd be all fucking pissing out right up like that sort of thing. Not spurting, but it'd all be just running down on the fucking ground. Damn thing. So I got 2 cracks, one higher up and one further back. And it was like that inside of that. So I'm probably going to have to get another one of those and try and fit it. These, yeah. I'll tell you, there's some things that just because I've got them and I'm off-grid doesn't mean I necessarily recommend that brand. Like those Coleman hot water on demands. Holy smoke, the freaking design faults. You know, they've got a battery in those damn things, which of course is made in China and isn't powerful enough to give enough amps to the water pump. And you can hear the thing going up and down and up and down. Sounds like a car changing gears going up a friggin' hill half the time. You know, then you go and put a massive 6-volt battery on it, and it runs like a dream with more power than you've ever heard it run, you know. The stupid clips on them that are just badly designed, all over the sake of 2 cents worth of wire that could have made up for breaking plastic. The stupid, what's his name on them? The charging light. It's supposed to go from orange to green. Well, you know, it's the most greenish looking orange and the most orange looking, you know, green that you've ever seen. You basically, it's a 2-colour LED that's really not 2-colour, you know, so you can't tell when it's fully charged. Bad design, but these ain't terribly great either. My mum has an Hitachi one, which I believed after the whole tsunami Fukushima incident. Around that time, I'm not saying it's any way associated with the tsunami, but around that time they stopped making the Hitachi twin tubs, and you can't get them, but they are very good quality, and these are a Haier, which is basically Samsung, and there is one that I've seen that's same size, but sort of slightly different, and badged as a Samsung, but it's different covers and everything, even though it's about the same size, which I'm surprised this isn't identical to the Samsung one, because Haier is just basically a subsidiary of Samsung. That's their cheaper, less fancy brand. And you really know when it's 5 years old and it's breaking hoses on the bastard. When there's... Actually, it may only... No, hell, this is not 5 years old. I moved in here in the middle of 2011 and I would have got these in 2012. And yet, the fucking rust coming out of it. 2012, and look at the rust pissing out on these things. All up the fucking back there. Just bloody glorious, isn't it, you know? They've all got their own little niggles. That one's sort of alright, except that it continuously, and this is not me dripping water, this thing continuously drips water, as you can see from the wet wood, when it's running. The whole time it's running, it's dripping fucking water out underneath. This bastard here, it stopped it now, but it's only because I probably tightened the bejesus out of it. The screw in there was too short. The thread was too short, and the bastard used to undo itself, and you watch it, and the fucking agitator was wobbling up and down like that. So I used to have to tighten that up probably every second, third week. But that's finally stopped. This son of a bitch here, aside from breaking that off, it has like an airlock in the pump, and it may very well be that that line that's inside is actually bent or twisted. I reckon there's a kink in one of the hoses somewhere. I don't know if it's from the agitator to the pump, like your actual tub to your pump, or which I suspect it is, or from the pump out through this line. But I believe it's some sort of an airlock, because you can start this bastard up and have, 6 inches of water or more. I've had 8 inches of water in this thing, turn it on, and the fucking drain pump will be going, trying to drain out, and the water will be sitting in there 8 inches deep and nothing will happen, and it will just keep cranking over and it won't drain the water out. So I usually turn it off, slap the side a bit, and give it 30 seconds or so, and then turn it on again, and then all of a sudden the pump will actually prime itself and start emptying it out. Every single one of these three, 2012 models, and they're all got issues. And, this one had the pump out issue from day one, from the first fucking week I used it, and all bought new. None of these are second hand. Obviously, like $400 each, but tell you what, I mean, they're bloody barely worth that. But this old banger here, Hoover-Matic, this come off an old guy. The switches are stuffed in it. I could drain out, but all this switch here that's to do with all your drain and all that sort of shit is just a mess. I think your spin dry here is alright. Nice wash timer. Anyway, the switch there is pretty mangled up, and it's basically just needs other switches in it, and I couldn't get it to drain out purely because I couldn't get the damn switch to work. These other ones will take 360 watts to run the agitator. This takes 500 watts. It's smaller, it's a bit smaller what it takes. The other thing is it's very odd in the way that its agitator is actually, it's not on the bottom, it's actually on the side, right in there, which is very, very strange, because this is not a front loader. Obviously it's a top loader, that's your spin side, that's your agitator side, and it's got an agitator on the side. As a result, the clothes sort of go, and it's got a tendency, and they're very well known, to not close up. But I'm not saying these things don't not close up, because they bloody will do. But yeah, I don't really have enough washing to warrant fixing that one up, but it is there, and I will make a go of fixing it if I need to. And yeah, anyway, it's just the way it goes, but I might have to find out what the part cost is on that. Of course, I've got all the manuals for these, I've got all the blooming model numbers and everything, which I believe is just written on the top anyway. Yeah, there's your model number. So I might have to make a go of getting another hose. I'm not e-begging, but I'll put it like this, with this mortgage deal that I made with my mum, only because of losing the job at the piggery, I'm sort of running a bit tight financially, and, you know, sort of probably will be for another month or so, and, yeah, then I'll be, my debt levels will be down to only 4 figures, but in the process I'm not buying anything that I don't flipping need, and, yeah, I don't really feel like buying another one of these, but I'm going to have to. But it's just the way it goes. I suppose you always get costs and whatnot. And I mean, you know, these are. If you're going to buy a twin tub and you only need one, go looking for a second-hand Hitachi, because these Hayas are shit house. Simple as that. And yeah. Anyway. I've been skimping and whatnot, and it looks like I'm going to have to spend money on this heap of crap and try and fix it myself. Look at the beautiful big bloody rust bubble on the bastard. Yeah, all got the rust.